Have you ever wondered why your looks are still not as good as you want them to be? Even after you watch so many videos and you bought all these products to enhance and perhaps some expensive pieces and they still don't look as good. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 5 different ways you're self-sabotaging your own outfits. The number one reason is that you're botching your look. So what does that mean? Well, let me elaborate a little bit. You know when you want that 10 out of 10 look, but you're only going halfway through maybe? Yes, I'm talking about effort. The amount of effort you put in some areas and not in others. So you can't do just half. You can't go outside with oily hair, but then, have a full outfit with makeup and nice shoes, perhaps nice purse, all coordinated. If your hair is oily, well, that just kind of ruins the whole look. Same thing, you can't go outside with a skirt and a nice shirt and then completely forget to put pantyhose on and just throw on some sandals. It's not as appealing, and I know some of you are not fans of pantyhose, some of you are. It's just, I guess, the way you were exposed to it, I want to say. But to me, that's an incomplete outfit. Another example is when you put on a nice outfit that you planned ahead, but then you forget to put makeup on, or you don't have time, or you don't really pay attention to it. That would be incomplete. Another example that I see very often is when people combine elegant and sportswear. Now, if you're doing it on purpose and you're mix and matching, then you probably need to do that ahead of time. This is the biggest mistake that I've seen people do, is when they just think they can throw on a coat, a wool or wool-like coat, and then everything will magically look good. No, if you're wearing sneakers, if you're wearing, joggers and a t-shirt, I know that we see in social media so many images of them looking amazing, but that's not the reality, and I don't think that's flattering at all. So the point that I'm making here is that if you put in the effort to put a whole outfit together, make sure you go all the way. If you want that 10 out of 10 every time, you need to address every single component. Make sure that everything is matching and that you do pay attention to the hair, the makeup, and pretty much everything, but in minimal effort, so you don't have to do all extravagant all the time, but balance. Find that balance between all of them so that they synchronize. My second way of how you're self-sabotaging your own look is by wearing trendy items, ultra trendy items outside of season. Now, me personally, I don't really care. It's not like I stop anybody from on the street to say, oh my goodness, that's so 2021. Why are you still wearing that? Haven't you caught up yet? No, I actually appreciate when someone is trying to wear trends because, I know that there's a whole fashion community out there that are fans and they follow and they try to incorporate that in their own wardrobe, and I think that's fun and I like it. I don't personally follow them. Some trends you can extract the pieces that you want, some you ignore, and you just make it work for you. So right now I'm talking about ultra trendy pieces outside of season. Why I think that's hurting your image is because it's more difficult to combine it with something outside of season, something you haven't thought about, something you just purchased. You're trying really hard to make it work. Third way that you can sabotage your own outfit is by mismatching your jewelry with the accessory from the clothes. So, I'm very big on not purchasing any clothes that have metal on them for this reason. Now, I know that you have seen me wear dresses that have metal on them, but I try my best to stay away. First of all, those were gifts, so I would not directly purchase anything like that. I go out of my way not to do that for several reasons. It's automatically limiting you to the amount of style of jewelry that you can wear. And then, I'm not sure that the quality of metal will last a really long time. I mean, jewelry as is very sensitive in the sense that if you don't have high quality jewelry, then it will rust, it will fade, all these issues rise, and then the whole piece is just trash. You have to get rid of it. It does not look good. So I try to avoid that as best as I can. In fact, I'm pretty sure all the items that I've had for the last 10 years or so are because they didn't have any metal pieces in them. That being said, I'm going to give you an example where I do have accessories. My leather jacket has a lot of metal on it, and there was no way for me to go around it because, well, most leather jackets come with a lot of metal. It's a style, it's a look, and you're supposed to be sleek and cool, and I get that. So this is why I paid attention that the color of the jacket matches the accessory. So I always make sure that when I wear that jacket, everything underneath is also on the brown shades, nude, and of course the jewelry is gold, so it's all matching. But this is a very subtle point that I've noticed throughout the years. I didn't always pay attention, and that my whole outfit was thrown off, and I couldn't really figure out why. Why is it that when I look in a mirror, it doesn't look as good as I remember it? Speaking of color tones, let's talk undertones. My next tip to you is to pay attention to the makeup shades that you're wearing. Just like my jewelry, I divide my makeup in two categories, the warm shades and the cool shades. And you're probably wondering, why am I doing that? Because, well, I am cool shaded. When you have an overall look, you want your makeup to match the jewelry, which already matches your outfit. So for example, if I'm wearing silver jewelry, I automatically go for my cool tone makeup. If I'm wearing golden jewelry, then I gravitate towards a warm shade makeup. And that's mainly the eyeshadow that's most visible. Then of course the blush. And let's not forget the lipstick. That's very, very important to make sure that if you wear, for example, nude colors or more natural looking colors, that you have at least two shades that cover both sides of the spectrum. One of the traps that I used to fall into in a makeup store is when I saw all these beautiful shades of eyeshadow. They're just so gorgeous. And of course the lipsticks. But you know, they are not really fitting with my daily activities. So I need to remember that just because you see a pretty eyeshadow palette, it doesn't mean that you should buy it. Just like every other outfit, right? So I recommend you bulk up on all these pieces that support your daily activities, Monday to Friday, and perhaps, you know, Sunday morning, Saturday morning, throughout the day, running errands. Those are the most common looks that you can really upgrade fast, because everything else is just an exception, and I'm pretty much you can find something special already in your wardrobe for that. Unfitting clothes. And I'm not talking about going to the tailor and having someone measure your every centimeter and make sure that it fits perfectly. No. Look around and then you'll notice as well, perhaps you already have, that majority of people are wearing clothes that are too tight. Very, very tight. And I'm not going to assume it's because we're overeating, but you know, there's different things happening through our lives. And I think one of the main reasons also is that we're not taking care of our clothing how we should be. So we're not really paying attention to the wash and the drying temperatures, and I'm guilty as well. We just go on autopilot and, well, that's the outcome. I've ruined plenty of clothes that way, including this summer. But the best solution for this is at the end of the season, when you're switching clothes to different temperatures, you're about to put them away in storage, go through them piece by piece and think about the last time that you wore it. Was it fitting you? Was it tight? Do you need it to pull on it and adjust all the time? Did you need to pull your pants up every 5 minutes because they are pulling down? That's most likely because they're too small and they shrank, or, well, we just really like desserts if you're like me. But it happens all the time. So I think, at least me, I was in denial for a really long time, and I know this is common, that you think, well, I'm going to find one day I'm going to fit in it and it's gonna be all good. I'm going to save it for the day when it's going to fit me again. And I don't think that day comes, to be quite frank with you. It hasn't really come for me. I've had friends that have kept several sizes of clothes, and you know, it's such a waste of space, mentally and physically, because if you will ever get back to that size, then it's a great opportunity to celebrate it and go and get some new pieces and look at it as an excitement. And you don't have to just hoard everything and keep everything because of just high hopes. I know that we get emotionally attached. Trust me, I am the first one to do that. But I've also had to just come to the acceptance that I'm just not going to wear it. It's taking up space and I am confined by space. I give priority to things that I do wear, because ultimately, if you keep clothes that you don't wear, or shoes or purses or anything, then it's going to make that filter of selection much harder. It's going to take you more time to choose items that do make you happy, that you are going to wear. This is why we're always staring at our closet and think, I have nothing to wear, with a full closet. Because perhaps a third of your closet is not fitting you. Well, get rid of it, donate it. I'm sure someone else will be more than happy to wear that. I wanted to mention that, all these ways of sabotaging yourself, well, I've probably done them throughout history, because, well, that's how I came up with this list. So, if you're doing some of them, don't worry about it. You know how to fix them now. Also, if you already knew about these tips, then that's great. Sometimes I find myself also knowing about tips, but then you just need a reminder because you forget. There are just so many things going on in your life, right? So sometimes you need a reminder, and that's what this video is about. I hope you enjoyed my tips on how to avoid looking bad. Perhaps you've discovered something that is helpful to you in your next outfit that you put together. Comment down below and let me know, share your thoughts. If you're looking for more styling tips, you're gonna check out my next video up here. I'll see you very soon.